Rob here, and in this video we're analysing page 17 of the July 1965 issue of British Vogue. This is an advert for Revlon Cosmetics, the so-called a la carte line. So, as you can see, yet again here, the lot of body copy, far more than you probably expect in a modern advert of such a type. A mixture of drawn art, probably, looks like, watercolors, I guess, and photography as well, which is in this case colour. All of the adverts we've looked at so far have been in black and white. Remember, colour printing in those days was very different. This is not glossy paper like you'd expect in a modern magazine of this type. It's a cheaper kind of paper. As you can see, it's gone quite sepia tone in here. This is not normal. This is because it's a very old magazine, and I've actually got this magazine and I just scanned this. Okay. So what else can we talk about here? Well, this is still a modern product. We still have Revlon Cosmetics, so there's nothing new with that. Right, what can we talk about here then? Again, same principle, right? We need to be talking about what is being represented and how is it being represented. What is the representation of women here? Well, yet again, here we're bringing into this, Lisbeth van Zoenen and the way in which, women are objectified, right? So, again, literally here, this woman has been reduced to eyes, because this is, an advert for eye makeup, eyes, and a suggestion of lips, nose and hair. So literally objectifying her by reducing her to a basic iconographic element. She's not an entire face, she's just really eyes, and everything else is literally just sketched in, right? Now, what else have we got in here? 4-column grid, so we've got 4 columns of body text. Again, put the folio down here, borders and gutters, etc. Right? Gutters between the columns. Right, now, the applied art of eye making by Revlon. This is suggesting, again, that gender is performative. This is something that, Judith Butler talks about. Women talk about when they apply makeup that they're putting on their face as if it's a mask, as if it's some kind of hyper-reality, Jean Baudrillard representation of femininity. That femininity is a performance, that is like stage makeup, that it's like an exaggeration, that it's like a hyper-reality. Right? So there's that element. We've got the fact that what else can we talk about? If we're looking at how we're talking again about Stuart Hall, about women being reduced to a very small number of particular representations, again, she clearly looks young. It's clearly about being attractive. It's saying that a woman's role is to be attractive and nothing else really. Because also, this is art, this is a painting, and it's saying that applying makeup is in itself an art. Okay? Again, the products have been cut out from the background. It should have been done literally physically with a razor blade. They didn't have Photoshop in those days. Now, again, this is a script font. It's meant to look like calligraphy. It's a calligraphy font. So it's meant to look like very posh handwriting. Again, it's suggestive of artistry. All of this is a serif font. Sophisticated font, looks high class. Making eyes has always been the great feminine art. Again, suggesting that it's an art form, that you are constructing your identity through your makeup. Ties in, of course, with, Judith Butler and performativity. But never has a woman had so many utterly devastating and easy to use products at her command as with Revlon's new eye makers a la carte. Here are the secrets to make your eyes make history for you. Well, look at this. This is hyperbole, it's exaggeration. secrets. It's suggesting that, you know, the mode of address that it's whispering a secret to you, that you'll have the secrets that the other girls don't because you have read Vogue. You're getting this information. So we talked about Vogue being an instruction manual. Look at the exclamation marks here for emphasis. A la carte is French again. We talked about the idea of French being associated with sophistication, with being in vogue, en vogue, with chicness, with style, with sophistication. A la carte literally means from the card. It's a restaurant term. It means from a set menu. But it's associated with fine dining, even though you're only getting things from a very limited number of menus when you think about it, options. Anyway, it says, begin with Revlon's new Eye Velvet. Capital letters for emphasis, as is the quotation marks. But velvet, again, soft. But also it's, you know, tactile. But it also suggests sophistication and wealth. Now it's got instructions, so we've got a teacher-pupil mode of address going on here. Squeeze a dab on your fingertips, stroke it in from the inner corner, blending out upwards and outwards across your eyelids. It's the kind of stuff you get in a makeup tutorial online on YouTube nowadays. But again, look at the word stroke, it's a sensual word. Yeah, squeeze is a sensual word. This matte finish eyeshadow never streaks or fades, keeps velvety for hours, positively alluring. Capital letter, exclamation mark. Alluring, again, it's suggesting sexuality, sexiness. To make your own eyelashes darker, silkier, and most of all longer, with a most natural look, brush on Revlon's You Fabulash. Again, this is a compound word. Okay, it's a mixture of fabulous and lash, eyelash. Okay, it's a slash lengthener. It's a lash lengthener and mascara in one. Go even longer with a separate super lengthener, a Revlon exclusive exclamation mark. Lets you keep adding length until you say stop. It's simply fabulash. Again, made up words don't mean anything. We get that in modern cosmetics adverts. Again, till you say stop. I mean, again, kind of sexual suggestions there of, you've got too much, there's almost submission domination thing going on there. Make your eyes look twice their size. Again, large eyes are associated with children and youth, and therefore this is associated with sexuality and sexiness and femininity in youth. It's nothing new. Make your eyes look twice their size with, rhyming, with Revlon's new liquid eyeliner. Dip the brush in the bottle, then holding as a pencil, draw a fine line with the flat edge of the brush from inner corner of the eyelid to outer edge, extending the line slightly upwards. The results are dramatic, dazzling, and so very beguiling. So again, dramatic and dazzling, alliteration. But to dazzle is to sort of like attract attention, but also sort of like confuse through shininess, essentially. Beguiling is also something to beguile something, to put them under your spell, as if you're casting a spell on them, a sexual spell, a romantic spell. As if the man is going to be a deer in the headlights in the the face of your beauty and your sexual alluringness. Newest eye idea is Revlon's Brow Beautiful for today's soft shaped brow. Brush on natural looking colour with this new Stay Put powder. Comes complete with a clever angled brush that makes it easier and faster to arch, fill in, extend and colour, all at the same time. It's called Brow Beautiful, and it most certainly is. Again, hyperbole, exaggeration, emphasis. Telling about how easy it is, that anyone can do it, that it doesn't need any style, but it looks natural, but of course it's not natural. It takes an awful lot of work and money to look this natural. You have to buy this cosmetics if you want to look natural. Again, it's artifice, it's fake, it's postmodern, it's surface, it's simulacra, it's hyper-reality. Don't wait another minute. That's call to action. Something an advert has to have. It has to get the audience to do something. Create all the eye illusions you need. Notice there's illusions there. It's a fake, it's artificial. Shape them, change them, colour them, darken them, deepen them. It's also easy to do with Revlon's new collection of, in larger letters, eye makers a la carte, in capital letters as if it's saying it to you. So again, a lot more body text than you'd expect from a modern advert, which would be mostly images. Again, it's instructions. It's a teacher-to-pupil mode of address. It's using a more restricted code language than, say, that money article was. It's not got any particularly big words in it, except the dab of French, which makes it sound sophisticated. It's using, made-up words like fabulash. Very similar in many ways to a modern advert in this respect, except it's relying on pictorial art rather than photographic art, although it does rely on photographs of the actual products, because that's what you actually need to go out and buy. This is deliberately vague because it could be anyone. Right. That is basically all you need to really know about this, I guess. Think about it in terms of how it's creating an ideal self. Think about how that ideal self comes through the consumption of consumer goods, in this case cosmetics, about how it is about gender performativity and about objectification. So we need to be looking at Judith Butler, and we need to be looking at Lisbeth Van Zunen, and of course, I suppose, in this case again, Laura Mulvey, although she's not one of the key theorists. Got to Lisbeth Van Zunen first. We also need to be considering John Baudrillard and this idea of hyperreality and artifice and fakeness, right? And about this is a performance, okay? We also need to be talking about Stuart Hall and the idea of what it is to be a woman and how this is associated with your looks, your youth, your sexual attractiveness to men, and how that comes with the consumption of consumer goods. All right, that is an analysis of this Revlon advert. Next up, I believe, is the Q-Tex advert. If you've got any questions, you know where I am.